Welcome back, guys. It's time for the final best of 3 here at the GSL Kodas Group G. This is a tricky one. I feel like True is going to win this, although I like the way KangHo plays more. Mm-hmm. True is a tough guy to nail down.
He's a tough nut to crack.
He is. But you never know. KangHo did bounce back really well in that last series, especially that first game. Man, I thought KangHo was dead.
It's too bad because Sungduri is actually quite a good Zerg, and I actually think he's someone we're definitely going to see a lot more of in the future.
Yeah. Well, here is True. Now, True had some fun games to watch against Rain, but True, I feel like, beat himself as much as Rain beat him. The overproduction of Lings.
Yeah.
I
agree with you completely on that.
The weird engagements. There are a lot of people like this, like True out there. I feel like we saw this a little bit with GOMTV early on, where GOMTV was like doing so much that it was hard to cast, it was hard to follow, but then he was actually occasionally making like 3 mistakes at once all over the map,
Certainly. Yeah.
But let's see, guys. The most prestigious tournament out here in Korea, the GSL Kodas, is underway here. Which one of these two guys is going to go into the round of 16? We're going to find out soon. Over here in the bottom right with his unique aggressive playstyle, he is
G-Air Green Wings, True.
formerly known as Lucira. Now his ID is
LGIM KangHo.
Can I ask you a dumb question, Artosis? Is KangHo actually a part of his actual name?
Yes.
Okay.
It's his given name.
Okay.
So we actually have a 9 pool from True.
Not really a surprise.
No, not a big
Seeing
surprise.
how he's, not that he's been 9-pulling a bunch today, but he's been aggressive a bunch today.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see if KangHo wants to go for a pool first or a hatch first, because there's definitely the possibility. You know, the 9 pool definitely can do damage. I was talking earlier about how, like, even the quick Baneling busts sometimes are not really very effective. Like a 10 pool Bane loses to hatch first a lot even, but you know, you just go for a 9 pool and make like 8 lings, 10 lings, and go. Definitely is something that can work out. Like you can sometimes get the hatchery to cancel, or even kill a bunch of their lings, because you're going to be up on lings a bit.
Well, in ZBZ, oftentimes we would just talk about the production tab. In this case, with the lings coming out here.
Look at KangHo, man. He's being really greedy. Like multiple drones after the hatch and getting gas before pool. That hatch rate is natural. If that's what True goes for, 100% has to be canceled.
Spawning pool just now started.
That's so late.
That is so late.
And while you might think, you know, like, a 6 pool would be way better against this, the thing is,
well, the thing is,
there's
actually,
economy behind True.
Yeah, True gets exactly. The True actually has an economic engine running off of this.
Yeah,
and it's not like, well, it's all up to these 8 lings, guys.
So we'll probably see a last-second cancel. There's a possibility that KangHo will let it finish, keep lings down there, and get the extra larva. We see that occasionally.
Now, there's also no way for True to know how late that spawning pool actually is.
Yes, he hasn't been up there yet.
He's not.
Since there's 0 lings here, I think he's starting to catch on, though. And there you go. That's
Whoa,
good.
That was like the cancel after the image is done.
Yeah.
The animation's done. That's how late that was.
Wants to cancel as late as possible. Keep those lings busy. 6 lings on the way, as well as a queen. Oh, I love this. He doesn't commit to the drone line. That thin line, drones can't even drill this well. This is, see, they're going to try. That's kind of a gross drill, not the best. Doesn't go through the
two more lings down there. It would really behoove him to get that. Now the spawning pool's at half health.
Wow, this is just going so well for True so far. He's forcing a lot of lings. Speed for both of them at the same time, by the way.
Now there's a chance the spawning pool won't finish. Now the drones have to be pulled here, because there's the smaller number here of lings.
But with that queen out, it changes absolutely everything. You can sit in between the pool and the hatch. It can go in the drones. There's a lot he can do. So defensively, he's now fine. The hatchery did get canceled. If we take a look at what the numbers are, it's 15 drones for KangHo, 17 for True, and his hatchery, his expansion starts sooner. They have the same number of lings. We have speed at the same time, and KangHo's actually just making a baneling nest. So there's a possibility that KangHo tries to go with like some. No, okay, he is actually making a second queen anyway, so obviously that's going to be a.
That just defensive banelings.
Yeah, he has to have both queens ready for the ramp because he's not sure what's going to happen. So, really solid play by both sides. They both are like basically playing their parts in this.
Yeah,
this game we call Starcraft 2.
So True immediately taking control, and this is what we've talked about with True. Like, you have to be able to play by his rules if you want to win. He's not a passive player. He's incredibly active. He makes a lot of initiations early on, and that could be difficult because, you know, KangHo may have gone into this with a completely different strategy and an idea of how he wants to play and what moves he wants to pull off, but unfortunately, that's all interrupted by True, who's now kind of dictating the course of the game.
Yeah, and True, I just like so much about his position, you know? It's very nice. He's even going to come in here, poke that, see what's up, see that there's banelings. He's gaining a lot of information through this, at least.
This is going to be a close one.
That actually worked out really well for KangHo.
Yep.
It could have been worse.
Could have been disastrous. So the banelings and the lings are just going to wait here at the ramp while KangHo attempts to bring back a stronger economy here.
And you know what? This is, in this case, where how we see True playing, where he's making a couple banelings and keeping his speedlings down here, it's kind of like they're like active units in this way, where he's just utilizing his micro and his extra APM to try to eke out little advantages. It's kind of like if you were Mutalisk harassing a Terran player, something like that. Like, this is just, he's trying to force KangHo into things like over-making lings, over-making banes, maybe get up there and mix it up. If KangHo comes down, try to just out-micro him a little bit, get a good connection.
And this is where the volatility of this matchup really shows. I mean, you basically have so many delicate units, and oh, hold on. And okay, he just gets in there, gets a little bit of scouting done.
And a Roach Warren for KangHo, not too surprised, whereas for True, it really looks like it's going to be Mutalisk play. But KangHo, 6 roaches on the way. This, we'll see. It definitely looks like he's going to be doing an early attack here, Tasteless.
He is driving out these Overlords, and there are 2 out here.
You know, this
might be a weird hiccup in production here for True, an unexpected moment.
And not just a hiccup, he's getting the scouts out of the way so that the roaches are seeing the last possible second.
Yeah, that's very true.
As far as True goes, he is making a second spine. It just finished up. But it's hard to defend the natural and the ramp here. He has the spines in good spots, though.
The roaches are now coming up.
A lot of lings spine for KangHo. The Spire is on the way, but
now the lings are going to sponge up the damage while the roaches deal at the Spire. The reason why this timing is so good is because of the place the Spire is at right now.
Yes.
Ideally, True wants to bank a bunch of larvae, and then boom, a bunch of Mutalisks pop out, but he can't. Because there's going to be too much damage, too much on the line.
I think True is going to lose to this. This is a lot of banelings. He's making only lings in response. This is just super effective from KangHo. Look at that supply differential. He's going to knock down these spines.
Nice targeting to that baneling there. And yeah, man, I mean, what? There's like actually nothing he can do about this.
No.
There's too many banelings and the roach number's too high. There's too many lings being made off of this. The Spire is going to be finished in about a second from now, but you know, even then, I think everything is going to be dead by the time.
When you're
yeah,
GG.
that's it.
Okay,
GG.
so what KangHo did there, the Roach Bane attack, when someone goes for a 2-base Roach Bane and you're trying to go Muta, the 2 ways that you can stop it is by realizing it's coming and getting a lot of roaches yourself with some spines, or making a lot of spines. I'm talking if he had like 5 spines there, you might end up holding that.
Wow. True. Kind of a funny game how it started out with him in complete control, but the segue out of that was too obvious to KangHo. KangHo was able to get in there and punish him.
You have to be really wary anytime
honestly,
the Overlords get hunted.
You beat me right to it. I was going to say the fact that he had 2 queens out there moving an Overlord away Okay, yeah, that means you don't see the roaches coming that quickly, but you have to ask yourself, why is he so eager to get rid of these overlords?
Yeah, because it's Lucera, I could see you making a little mistake. Be like, well, he probably has 4 or 5 queens, right?
Yeah.
So, it was good play by KangHo. Good choice, whereas True just did not react correctly.
Map number 2 here is going to be Belshear Vestige. I don't know about this. I still think that True actually is probably going to win, but I don't. What about you?
I like the way that KangHo's playing now. He's doing very decisive. Like, that was a very decisive attack, and when you put that type of attack on True, he's good as an attacker, not as a reactionary player.
Do you think there's a chance in this game that we're actually going to see KangHo attack first?
I think it's the right way to knock this guy out.
Exactly. Take the game, make him play by your rules instead of his. All right, guys. Tell your friends to tune in here. This is our final best of 3 to see who will get out of Group G in the round of to get to the round of 16. In the GSL Korea.